All right, so we're going to break down some YouTube boxing here, and you guys have been very vocal. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys comment down below if you guys like what I'm doing. If you don't like what I'm doing, you guys have told me either way. You've said, listen, I like your breakdowns. You're an idiot, Jake Paul, hater, all this. I'm not either of those things. I'm really not. I just like to break things down in the most unbiased way I can. Yeah, I don't like Jake as a person. I don't think he's a good dude. But it doesn't inhibit me from breaking down his technique and his ability to box fairly. I don't think that does that at all. I'm not sitting here saying Jake Paul can't box. I said he wasn't a professional boxer. That is true. His skill level is not on the level of a professional or even really high level to mid-tier amateur at this point. But he has gotten a lot better over the time that he's boxed. And someone sent me this or put the link in my comments section, so we're gonna react to it. Apparently, there's new training footage of Jake Paul before his November 28th fight with Nate Robinson. We've looked at both these guys. It looks pretty clear that Jake Paul is not only going to beat Nate Robinson, but possibly hurt him pretty bad. Just looking at both of their tapes so far, but I could be wrong. That's where we're going to watch this footage. I don't know if Nate has any other footage out right now. You guys have been saying watch some KSI. I definitely will do that. If you want me to do that, comment below. And yeah, let's take a look at this. Okay, they got the cameras on Jake. Yo, this training facility is nice, man. I like it a lot. Oh, look at that. Close up while my man's training. Gotta get them vlogs up, you know? Listen, I know the hustle's real, man. I've never said that Jake and them don't work hard. I'm sure the guy works hard. To be where he's at in life, he's got to been doing something right. Okay. I like the way he throws that right hand right now. You're seeing a guy that's getting... I'm going to pause this for a second. You're seeing a guy that's getting very sharp. A guy that is preparing for a fight. He has been in training, I don't know how long now. They said this guy was training for the past year. He's starting to get sharper. I can definitely see that. That right hand's like a spring right now. He's just ready to unload it. And when it comes out, it comes right back into place. That's what I've been wanting to see from a guy like Jake. To be able to not only throw the right straight in a crisp fashion, but have that pop, that sting on it, and then it comes right back into place, right? That's something I'm liking. Now, obviously, his hooks... You guys have been saying he's trying to imitate Ryan Garcia's slap hooks. I get that. He has worked out with Ryan Garcia. I understand that. And it's not something that's going to really bother him in this fight at all. He's gonna steamroll Nate. But you'd like to see those hooks get a little more tight. You know what I'm saying? You'd like to see that be a little less labored. But that's me being picky. This guy looks sharp. You have to give Jake credit. He looks really sharp right here. Nice little jab. Ooh, I like that. Boom. Step back. 1, 2. Yep. Boom, step back, 2, 3, double jab like that. And the jab's popping out nice right here. Like I said, you're looking at a guy that is sharp, ready for a boxing match. Like this right here. Yup, look at those feet move with it. Pop, 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 pop. These punches aren't forced. You're seeing Jake roll those shoulders out. This is a guy that's done this. And it's starting to click. It really is. He's moving like a boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's not moving like an athlete trying to learn boxing. Yes, there's so much more that Jake can learn, and there's a lot more that he's going to learn, I'm sure, because it seems like he's very infatuated with the sport. But at this point, he is getting it. He is. Again, this is for the fight he has. He looks good for the fight he has. Now, if he was going in there and actually, you know, like we talked about in our first video, talking about a guy like Ryan Garcia, he'd be in some trouble here. But going in to fight Nate Robinson, really, if you're talking about Jake going in to fight any of these YouTubers, this guy, he puts them all away. I don't see who stands in there with him at this point and has a good night. I mean, maybe KSI, if KSI's been training, but this guy looks sharp. He really does. Now, Jake does escape a lot out of this right side, and it's just because of where what hand he finishes his combo with, right? When Jake finishes his combo with that right hand, he's looking to you want to throw that right straight out and slide under it, right? Jake wants to throw that right straight out, bang, and then slide underneath it. He exits out of that right side. He takes that backside door a lot, and that's because he finishes with his right hand on a lot of combinations. I'd like to see him finish with a left hook and then slip and roll under that. But it must be something they're training. I just continue to see it, him finishing every combo with the right hand. So my thoughts on Jake right here. This is a guy that looks prepared. This is a guy that we've talked about. Jake will be prepared. He'll work hard. He will be ready on fight night. And as the nights get closer, you're starting to see his technique sharpen up. Yes, he was just hitting pads, so I'm not going to sit here and praise him like he was going to be perfect in every combination he throws during the fight. But listen, he looked balanced. He didn't look off balance at all. His hooks were a little, loopy, and that's just me being picky, honestly. But if you're looking at a guy like Jake's level at this point, I'd say, like a lower tier amateur or a mid tier, I don't know where you put him, an amateur level. He looks pretty good for the amount of time he's trained and where he started from to now. He looks good. He's picking the sport up very quickly. Obviously, he's fallen in love with the sport. You can see that. My issue has never been that Jake is boxing. My issue has always been that Jake is boxing guys that have never boxed. Guys that don't stand a chance to beat him. No competition, no risk. It doesn't really have any kind of interest from me to watch him box guys that have never boxed. He's going to run right through this guy. He is going to run right through Nate Robinson. And then the next celebrity will come and do this. He was trying to fight Soulja Boy, I heard. I didn't know that. He was trying to set up a match with Soulja Boy? Come on, brother. He would snap Soulja Boy in two. And then you'll... I mean, come on. It's Soulja Boy. That's what upsets me. That's because I see the talent that Jake has. I see him being able to compete with guys that have actually done this. Even, a guy like Adam Saleh, I think is the guy's name on YouTube. He's an actual boxer, or he was at some point. I'd like to see that. That'd be a competitive match. I don't understand why that's not the guy. He has a decent following on YouTube. He has the YouTube community. I think that'd be a fun fight. But Jake is at that point where he's doing the box office fights. He's finding the biggest name he can possibly find, somehow entice them with some sort of monetary value to step in a ring with him, and then he embarrasses him. That's the level that we're at with Jake Paul right now. Again, I'm never criticized his ability to work hard, learn the sport, get better at the sport. Yes, he's not a pro boxer, but that's obvious. I just criticize him fighting people that aren't nearly on his level and don't have a chance to be. So yeah, like I said, Jake looks good. And for Nate, we don't have any footage, I don't think, on Nate right now, but it's going to be a real challenge for this guy, especially when Jake is popping that jab out there. We've seen Jake stay behind that jab really well. I've always liked Teddy Atlas's saying. He said, a fight isn't a fight until you face some adversity. Like, a fighter's not a fighter until something doesn't go in his favor. He faces some adversity. And I really like that quote. It doesn't always mean that, right? Like, a fight can be you walk in and KO a guy, you won the fight. That is what it is. But I like the analogy of, you having to fight, to actually fight for it to be called a fight. For Nate, what happens when that adversity comes? What happens when Jake walks forward and Nate tries to put those combinations together? He's thinking more than he's fighting because he's new at this sport. He's learning everything new. He's trying to get into the fight. He's getting into his rhythm, and he steps out, jab, right. Here comes the hook, and Jake just peppers him, sticks a jab right in his face, and bloodies his nose. Then what happens? How does Nate react to that stuff? We don't know. We know how Jake reacts. He continues to fight, and he pushes forward. So it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be a bad night for Nate Robinson. But the offer still stands for the problem child. Jake, if you're watching, I got a big channel, 411 subscribers. We're up 70 subscribers in a month. We're the fastest growing channel on YouTube. If you're needing sparring partners, maybe not for this fight because it looks like you're going to be all right in this fight. When you fight a real fighter, if that ever happens, if you ever step outside of the Lego Mansion comfort zone and you want to fight a real fight, you're going to need some good sparring partners. Now, not saying I'm the best in the world, but hey, you want a guy you can come and beat up on. I'm your guy. Listen, you don't have to pay my gas. You got to pay for me a place to stay. You got to pay for nothing. Just tell me when and where. Send location, and I'll be there.